Good afternoon, everyone. Am I audible?
Hello. Yes, yes, you are audible. Hope my voice is also clear.
Okay, yeah, your voice is clear, but there is background noise, I guess. Yeah,
Okay, I'll just.
yeah.
या उसकी म्यूट आवाज करके छोड़ सकते हो।
Okay, you to make me the host so that I can share the screen.
स्क्रीन
Yes, sir. I will be the co-host.
Yeah, yeah. Or else I can join it. You can make me the host. I can join it.
नेट तो चल रहा है।
नेट नहीं चल रहा है।
रुको वहीं पे जाओ। करना वेब कंटेस्ट चल रहा है। बोलना है क्या? कि माइक मोबाइल से बोलो। सब ठीक है।
Hello.
Yeah, hello. Now it is audible.
Okay. Okay. I think glitch in my system, so we are. Let's start the session.
ইতে পাঠাচ্ছি চলে গেছে
And a warm welcome to everyone. All for joining for today's. You all know that planetarium do organize workshops and webinars a month basis. So today we'll be having a discussion of very I would say, because when we talk about the extraterrestrial life, there is in everybody's mind, and we are so curious to know what is happening, things are happening, and do the extraterrestrial exist or not. So we will be talking about the extraterrestrial. And to talk more on this, we have a research fellow, Shri from Christ Dean Bangalore. Thank you, sir, for being on this very interesting topic with us on the platform of Area.
Thank you.
We are glad to see such an active response to this session. Along with the session, we to see it to our YouTube channel so that reach out we could get. We can be watch, or maybe people who can see it live through our and benefit of this. So about Shri Gaurav, when I'd like to share that he is a his PhD in astrophysics at Christ University, deemed with the University Bangalore. After completing physics specialization from the same university, his area of research is stellar spectrum. He's a member of Astronomy of India and Indian Physics Association. Mr. Banerjee also has an MTech in astronomy and from Nepal University, Karnataka. Having research experience in stellar astronomy and radio astronomical, there is also Kolkata Institute of Fundamental Science and Astronomy. In astronomy popularization activity in 2001, he has over 500 plus popular astronomy talks. He is also author of the book Becoming an Astronomer, the first book which provides the detail of how an infant perceives astronomy as in altogether. This book is also one that we like to explore with the student. Probably this is something which I'm interested more to talk about. So now I would like to hand over to you so that we all are eagerly waiting to and to talk about discussing today. Over to you, sir.
Hello everyone. Good afternoon to everyone. I guess you can stop the audio so that it will be clear. Yeah, ma'am, if you can stop the audio, then that. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. So good afternoon to everyone. And first of all, I thank Nehru Planetarium authorities and organizers for this wonderful initiative of organizing this series of talks for young students and many others who are interested in astronomy. It is a pleasure for me to also to be a part of this initiative. I thank all of the organizers again. And yes, today we are standing on the golden age of astronomy. So in this golden age, one of the most interesting, most intriguing questions which humanity has always faced, I guess, is, are we alone in this universe? So this is one question. I feel this is a question which is coming to the minds of humanity, not from today on, but from very distant past onwards. maybe right from the beginning of the civilization, people used to, or humanity or human beings used to look at the sky, and they used to think so many things about space. During those days, we didn't know what is space, what are those twinkling objects, what are they. But I feel some of the questions were almost as eternal as from the time when Homo sapiens or humanity first started their journey in this earth. So some of these intriguing and till now relevant questions about space and cosmos I have highlighted here. Where do we come from? Who are we? What is life? How big is this universe? How the universe started? But among all these questions, I feel, and there are rational to feel like this, that one question hints or one question hits the minds of human beings till their till to the core of their heart, and that is nothing but, are we alone in this universe? Is there extraterrestrial life? Is there aliens outside our earth? And if yes, then why can we find them? How can we find them? Is it good to contact aliens if there are aliens? So this question, as it is coming to the minds of humanity, not from today, but from distant past, it has actually inspired so many things. It has inspired cartoons. It has inspired very good novels, science fictions, books, good movies, some of which I have highlighted here. And these are some of the very beautiful cartoons. Till now, we are in a situation around 10 to 15, 20 years ago, till today, we were in a situation like this. We are looking at the sky. We know many details about the cosmos. We are in a considerable position to tell how the universe has come into existence. But till now, we are looking towards the sky and asking that same question as primitive humans used to ask, are we alone? So that doesn't mean that people or scientists have not pondered about this question. Whether any search, whether any kind of attempt has been made, or what kind of attempts have been made to understand life outside space, to find life outside space, to understand life in our own earth, first of all. So many attempts have been made, and a wonderful book of knowledge has been gathered about life. So let me today take a journey with all of you to see whether extraterrestrial life exists in our whole universe. If yes, how, and how can we find it? What we know about life in Earth and in space. So today we have joined together to take a journey to the universe to know about life. For starting that journey, definitely we have to go towards the past, to the history. As I have mentioned, that understanding that life might exist outside our own earth is not a modern thinking. It has not come to the minds of human beings just 20, 50 years ago. It has come to it started sprinkling to the human minds before even Christ era, before even the birth of Christ. So you see the first written document, where we can find that there might be some life or some speculations about life outside space has been made, was somebody known as Metrodorus. It was 400 years before the birth of Christ, where he wrote in some document that it is unnatural in a large field to have only one shaft of wheat. Or if you see a large field, can you imagine that that large field will only have one rice, or one particular tree having rice, or one particular wheat shaft? That if it is a wheat field, if it is a rice field, you can expect rice everywhere in that field. Like that, in this huge infinite universe, can we only expect that only one living world will exist like ours? So this was one of the first indications by somebody in a written document, where might be the person or Metrodorus was predicting that we are not alone in this universe. But it was long ago. So there was no science, there was no technology. Almost we were in an infant stage. Science and technology had to wait for long to have their birth. As we go on and we come to this age of around 1600 AD, you see this person, Giordano Bruno. So Giordano Bruno was a person who was burnt alive in 1600 on 17th February, because he told that he was a very much rationalist person. He didn't believe in any kind of superstitious beliefs. He was a Greek philosopher, but during those days, it was very bold. It was almost unheard of somebody who was telling that, well, an infinite number of suns with infinite number of planets and life are there around them. And basically that means that we Earth, or our Earth, is not a very special place, not at all a special place. There are so many Earth-like planets, so many planets having life, so many suns and stars in the universe. Now, during those days, it was almost unheard. This was Giordano Bruno. He was very young that time, and his rationalist thinking was the reason for his death. Because during those days, church was not, or religious beliefs were not ready to accept such kind of bold statements that, okay, we used to think that we are special, Earth is special, we humanity, we are very special, the most special creature in this universe. And this person is telling that we are not at all special. There are so many Earths, so many lives in this universe. That is insane. So with the order of church on 17 February 1600, he was burnt alive on the roads of Rome. But basically, the science or truth never stops. As Galileo once said, that Earth till now revolves. So that means the attempts actually continued. So there was this Carl Gauss, then Nikola Tesla, one of the famous mathematicians, physicists. They all actually tried with their own best technology available whether there is life outside Earth. But during those days, technology was not that much advanced, science was not that much advanced. So we had limits. There were limits, although these people were great people, but there were limits. And finding life outside Earth needs something very basic knowledge about what is life. We have to first understand what is life as we see in our own Earth. So basically, as science and technology progressed, humanity understood that we have to first address the basic questions first. So it's a step-by-step process. If we now start our journey, if we want to look that what is life, if any one of us, if any one of you see the school textbooks or simple college level textbooks, where we have also in our class 6th or 7th standard or 8th standard, we have seen the definition of life in life sciences book or biology books. So life is that which grows, which develops, which utilizes energy, which responds to stimuli, which reproduces. We have seen such kind of definitions, right? But my friends, you have to understand that that is not the definition of life. What is life is a very critical question. If we say that life grows and develops, then what about fire? If we say that fire also grows and develops much faster than life. If we say that life is such item, or life is such entity which utilizes energy for metabolism purpose. So what about a car? Car also utilizes fuel for its journey and for its gaining energy. Response to stimuli or response to neighboring environment. We respond to stimuli, we know that. But what about a mercury thermometer? A thermometer, mercury in the thermometer also responds. What about the structured order of cells in life? Okay, structured order of cells is present in case of salt crystals also. Reproduction, there are animals, there are also human beings who are unmarried, and there are also certain kind of animals who do not reproduce. So shall we call fire, shall we call car, shall we call salt crystals or mercury inside the thermometer, they are also life? Or shall we not call those unmarried persons, okay, they are not life? Or those kind of certain animals or certain organisms which do not reproduce, they are not life? That means I can go on continuing this debate, and ultimately if I go on continuing with this particular way, you will find, or we will find, that whatever we say about what is life is not the definition of life. What we are telling, what we can say, is the characteristics of the properties of life as we see in our own Earth, in general way, not with special way. So as we see life in our own Earth in general way, we can understand some of their characteristics, and we assume, we predict, we think that these are the characteristics. If these characteristics are present in some entity, we may call them life. But that is not the definition of life. So basically, whatever is our knowledge about science, till now, we do not have a proper definition of life, at least in life science. So as scientists became clear about this facet, well, in school students' case, in school books, we cannot write this kind of complicated statements. So that's why a simple definition of life has been written. But my friends, we have to understand, if you go deeper, if you want to study life outside Earth, then we have to understand that life has no definition till now, according to our knowledge, at least in life science. Well, I understand life science may be one of the science branches, but what about other physics, or what about other branches of studies? Can we try to define life with the help of other sciences? Such kind of attempts have also been made. Attempts to define life has been made with the help of thermodynamics. So it also failed. And this was the first time in 1944, many of you might have heard his name, Erwin Schrödinger, one of the famous physicists in the history of life or in the history of Earth. He actually was not only a physicist, he was also the first person who wrote this book, What is Life? It's a famous book, wonderful book. It is available in Amazon, not very costly. You can have a look into it. So this is regarded as the first book which tried to address properly, in a scientific term, what is life. And as Schrödinger was a physicist, he tried to answer what is life in a physicist approach kind of way, with the help of physics, with the help of taking a concept from physics, concept known as entropy concept. With the help of entropy, he wanted to explain what is life. Ultimately, we didn't receive any proper result. So basically, physicists, biologists, they understood that defining life with the help of physics knowledge, as we have till now, with the help of biology knowledge, is not helping us. If we do not know what is life, what is the definition of life, then we cannot search life even inside our Earth if the characteristics of life changes. Do the characteristics of life changes? As we see life, different kinds of life we see in our Earth, with our simple eyes. But are there such kind of life which are also life in our own Earth, which do not show similar kind of properties as we see, as we know? So you see, physicists, scientists, they are very clever. They are very wise. So they started tackling the problem gradually with some different way. Okay, if we are not understanding, if we are not getting the definition of life, then can we try to see, or can we try to understand at what limit, what is the highest limits of physical scales or physical parameters? What are the highest limits in which life can sustain on Earth? Suppose if we take temperature, what is the highest temperature at which life can sustain in Earth? We have found that in case of life is very much varied in our Earth. Life can sustain at 200 degrees Celsius also. Life can also sustain at minus 100 degrees Celsius. So if this is the minus 100 to 200 degrees Celsius, this is a huge temperature. If this is the range where life can sustain only considering temperature in our own Earth, then think about the whole universe. What kind of varied life can be present in the universe? And if such kind of unknown life is present, we will not be able to detect that, because we can only detect that kind of life which we know, which the properties of those life which we know, we can detect. If suppose this table, this chair where you are sitting now, or the bed where you are sleeping now and hearing the talk, this bed is having life in a different planet, or a chair is having life in a different planet, will we be able to detect it? We will not be able to detect that till that chair starts jumping and says that I am life, I am life. So when scientists started receiving a glimpse that life is so varied, if we are only considering one aspect, temperature, in our own Earth, now considering other factors, considering other aspects, what kind of life exists in Earth? Such kind of life which we cannot see with our simple eyes. That kind of life exists. We call them extreme life. or extremophiles. And there are so many types of bacteria, microorganisms, fungus, algae, which are actually, they are the real Superman. They are the real He-Man, Spider-Man of our Earth. You see, there are types of organisms which are known as barophiles, which can live in high pressure, extremely high pressure. We are living on the surface of Earth, where the Earth's atmospheric pressure, we consider it as 1. And there are life which can sustain pressure 1,000 times greater than the pressure which we can live. There are halophiles, where these kind of organisms can stay in extremely salty medium. We cannot sustain. There are even life, we have found even life inside rock pores, inside the holes where, inside rocks, where there is no oxygen, where there is no even water, no food. So like this, we have also found life in lakes, in places, those lakes which are acidic. For us, acid is dangerous. And temperature, we have also found life which at high and lowest possible temperature where we cannot survive. We have found microbes which can also resist fatal radioionizing radiations. So like this, we have found a huge array of extreme life in our own Earth. And if suppose looking into this slide, if any one of you think, okay, is there some particular organism whom we can actually call the real Superman of our Earth? Yes, my friends, that exists. That is a microorganism. This is that organism, which the name of this is tardigrade, Tartigrade, tardigrade. It's a microorganism, and this is actually the real Superman of our Earth. This particular organism has almost undergone different types of experiments with highest possible temperature, fatal radiation, without food, without water, without oxygen, without any ingredient for life for more than 200 days. Even this organism has been thrown out to space. Space is very dangerous, and it has survived. So basically, if you can read much more about this tardigrade in internet, you will see this tardigrade is really a Superman. We can actually call this organism a Superman of our Earth. So if these kind of organisms are sustaining in our own Earth, and they are also life, then we have to understand what is life. And when we are not getting a proper idea what is life, what is the definition of life in our own small planet Earth, then how can we search life outside Earth? It's almost a closed end, dead end. And during that time, yes, I have told that researchers, scientists are very, very clever, very wise. So they took the help of not scientists, but geologists. It's the people who study the history of Earth. So basically, if we are not getting any proper clue from science, maybe physics, chemistry, maybe with the help of life science, can we get some clue what is life by studying the history of Earth, by studying how life evolved in our own Earth, in our planet? So this is a brief history how life has, or how our planet has evolved actually, and in the same time how life has evolved in our Earth according to geology, which we know in a better way. So yes, around we have some idea that around 450 or 460 crore years ago, which is 4.5 billion years ago, our solar system was formed, and our Earth, our moon, these were created during a period around 450 crore years ago. Now after that, according to geology, our Earth's periods are divided into some particular era, particular big periods, eons, and all these things. You can get a glimpse how geologically how our Earth's periods are divided if you just go to some basic text or basic internet, just type geological history of Earth, you will get this. So I would like to concentrate as we go on through the history of Earth. We not only come to know about history of life or how life evolved, we also come to know about some very, very interesting events which took place in our history. And these were events which helped life to evolve, which helped life to sustain, also which helped intelligent life like us to grow. periods are some of the very interesting events which happened in our Earth. For example, you see this particular period. Around 380 to 400 crore years ago, for around 20 crore years, 400 to 380 crore years, for around 20 crore years, something happened in Earth. And that is known as late heavy bombardment period. And after this late heavy bombardment period, the first signs of life appeared during a period which is known as Archean Eon. Now, this is very important, very interesting, and very mysterious. What is this late heavy bombardment? Well, you see, it was a period when our Earth was very violent. Our Earth was just formed. It was not so cool, so beautiful like it is now. And in the same place, our moon was also formed nearby as we see moon. Our moon was also not so cool and so nice as we see now. It was also violent. So our young Earth and young moon were there. Due to some unknown reason, for these 20 crore years, continuously for 20 crore years, due to some unknown reason, huge amount of asteroids and meteors and chunks of rocks from very far away from our solar system used to hit towards the inner solar system, towards Earth. And very coincidentally, luckily, very opportunely, our Earth is having the largest moon compared to its parent planets. So if you see the size of moons in our solar system, you will see that there are many moons, many satellites of many planets, apart from Venus and Mercury. All planets are having satellites. What is the size of the planet compared to its largest satellite? So if you read a bit more, you will see the largest satellite or moon in our solar system is possessed by the planet Jupiter. The moon's name is Ganymede. That is 81 times lesser in size than its parent planet, that is Jupiter. Like this, if we compare, we will see our moon is the largest moon in the solar system compared to the size of its planet, parent planet. So our moon is only 1/4 the size of its planet, Earth. So during that was a miraculous coincidence, wonderful coincidence. If this didn't happen, then today this talk will not happen, because life will not have sustained enough. Why? Let me give the explanation. So during this late heavy bombardment, intense amount of flow of meteorites, chunks of rocks, asteroids, they were coming to Earth, they were coming to the inner solar system. And naturally, our Earth is the largest planet among all the inner solar system 4 planets. So its gravitational pull is more. So naturally, most of the asteroids, most of the meteorites would have come and fallen into Earth for 20 crore years. If that would have happened for 20 crore years, then Earth will not would have received the time so that the first signs of life will come. Life can come in not such a violent condition. During that time, moon being so larger compared to its parent planet, moon actually gave us a safeguard. It actually took the hits of many comets, meteors and asteroids, chunks of rocks. So it actually laid its hand so that Earth got saved. Earth also took, yes, there were so many crashes in Earth, so many impacts which happened in Earth, but that was much more less compared to what would have actually happened. So during this late heavy bombardment, moon actually became our bodyguard. Being so large, it also has a considerable gravitational power. It took so many of those rocks into its own body. And if you see the other face of the moon, not the face which we can see, if you see the farther face of the moon, far side of the moon, you will see it is filled with craters. Some of those craters ages are same, 380 to 400 crore years ago. So we can understand that during this period of late heavy bombardment, our Earth got saved because we have a moon of this size. But nowadays onwards, if this information is new to any one of you, if you ever look towards the moon at the night, you look at the moon in a beautiful way. We have such a beautiful big moon. That's why we are surviving here today. Not only that, my friends, we till now don't know what was the reason for such a heavy bombardment. But we know very well that not only this, moon actually saves us, moon actually saves Earth in so many ways. One of the more important way is if we didn't have such a big moon, then our Earth's axial tilt, we know that our Earth's axis tilts. It is tilted and that tilt changes from 23° to 27° within a period of around 1 lakh years. So this tilt, which is changing from 23 or 22 to 27°, this is a nominal change. But this tilt has been stabilized within this limit, within this range, 22 to 27, because we have a big moon. And this big moon has considerable gravity. And we know if suppose this big moon was not there, then the tilt will change from 0° to 90°. So our Earth's axial tilt will not have been received a stabilized position. This is known as gyroscopic stability, which is given by our moon. And if it didn't have happened, then it would have been a cataclysmic condition in Earth. So this axial tilt of Earth gives our Earth seasons, climate, a steady climate. If this tilt would have changed from 0° to 90°, then almost in no way our Earth would have received a wonderful climate which will sustain, which will create a life cycle like what we have now. So like this can be a separate topic, why moon is important for our Earth. Not because you will get a nice girlfriend, or if you look at moon, you will get a nice boyfriend, or if you wear a ring, then your life will become very good. Moon is having some particular impact on you, not like that, but on whole of Earth, it has impact. On whole of life, it has impact, scientific impact. So if that late heavy bombardment during the period of time of this late heavy bombardment, moon safeguarded us, and after this late heavy bombardment period subsidized, the first signs of life appeared during similar period 380 crore years ago. So it was Alexander McGregor, Alexander Oparin, some of the biochemists, geologists, they actually first showed that life originated in an environment where O2, oxygen, was less. Basically, it is a wonder. It is again another interesting case. Nowadays, we know that most of the life can sustain in an atmosphere in a condition where oxygen is required. Oxygen percentage is more than 20%. But how many of you, my friends, know that life first originated in Earth in an almost oxygen-free environment? Life originated without oxygen. And again, if we come back to the history of our Earth, we will see that during that period, when first signs of life appeared, oxygen was very less. In the history of Earth, 3 times oxygen level have risen. And these events we call as great oxidation event. So for the first time, when oxygen level rise, so oxygen level was around 0.1 to 0.2% when life first formed, the first microorganism kind of thing. So from the first rise, oxygen level rose from 0.2 to 2% within a span of 1 crore years, I guess. And that was the first great oxidation event. There are some possible reasons for it. During around 190 crore years ago, first fossils of single cell organisms actually appeared. So how actually life originated in an oxygen-free environment, we have no proper idea till now. You see, go on watching the history of life in a snapshot, you will also see so many interesting events. You see this period, after first fossils of single-celled organisms appeared, life gradually appeared, and for this 380 to 190, it's for more than 200 crore years, life was very simple, not even multicellular organisms. So after that, something again happened. From 180 crore years to 80 crore years means for more than around 1 billion years, for around 100 crore years, no change in life happened. No evolution in life happened. This period is famously known as boring billion period. We till now do not have proper idea why suddenly growth or evolution of life suddenly stopped for 100 crore years. What happened? After that, around as we go on, so these are some of the earliest fossils or earliest life signs which we can receive from our earth. You see, these are, so earliest life was not like what we think. It was not a some very similar organism which we can get now. So the signs of earliest fossils or earliest stromatolitic lives coming from South Africa, Australia, some of them are, you see, 350 crore years ago. Some signs like this. So if we again go on, now we see around 75 crore years ago, 750 million years means 75 crore years ago, 258 crore years ago. Within this period, second rise of oxygen level took place. Another rise took place. We don't know why. Properly, we do not understand why. During that time, plants were there. Early types of plants, photosynthesis was there. And gradually animals, what we call as proper animals. So that gradually animals started appearing from some period known as this eon, Phanerozoic eon, where you see few 58 crore years ago, few centimeter or few meter size animals, very soft bodies, strange organisms, these kind of animals started coming. And actually, if you want to know that, okay, which animal is the ancestor of all of us, all vertebrate animals, which animal is the ancestor of all of us, father, grandest father of all of us. So this is this animal, Picaya. We have a picture of that Picaya also. This is a soft-bodied organism, Picaya, which appeared in our earth around 54 or 53 crore years ago. This was the first vertebrate animal. And this is the first, or this was the first ancestor of all of us. So you can actually, just salute this animal. This person or this animal is the grandest grandfather of all of us, first vertebrate animal. If we go on, we'll see gradually from that time onwards, 50 crore years, 42 crore years ago, plants appeared. 40 crore years ago, insects appeared. And we were during a similar kind of period of time, the third and the final rise of oxygen took place, definitely due to the origin of vascular plants, huge rate of photosynthesis. So now we know that our atmosphere is having considerable amount of oxygen, which sustains us, which helps us. But that oxygen came to our earth not 300 crore years ago or 400 crore years. It came to earth only 40 crore years ago. And yes, fishes. Fishes appeared around 36 crore years ago. 22.5 crore years ago, dinosaurs appeared. They stayed in our earth for more than 15 crore years. And likewise, it's a huge history. If I come to an end, we human beings, we appeared, modern human beings, that is Homo sapiens, appeared on earth only 2 lakh years ago. Or we can say 20 lakh years ago. Let's take it. 20 lakh years ago. So that is much, much less compared to the whole history of life. So if you put it in the frame of a calendar, if we say it's done, the analogy is given like this: if on the 1st January, it's first hour, that is 00.00, 1st January, if life has, or if our earth was formed, then when Homo sapiens appeared, 31st December, I guess at around 8:30 or 9:30 p.m. And presently we are standing at, suppose, 11:50 p.m. So we human beings, we intelligent life, are much lesser in age compared to any other life forms what we see now, basically. So going through this history of life using the help of geology and many other science and many other even non-science background researchers, we actually understood that life is a miracle. Life is a kind of, we can say life is a kind of magic which happened in Earth, because so many incidents, so many particular incidents happened in a particular sequence of time properly, so that today we are living in Earth safely. If we compare, or if we want to take the help of bit more chemistry, physics is done, geology done, life science done, take the help of chemistry. With the help of chemistry, we can actually understand what are the bare necessities of most of the life forms in Earth. And this is the bare necessity, CHNOPS, or in short, sponge. What does it mean? C stands for carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, phosphorus, and sulfur. You take any form of, almost any form of life you take in our earth, you will say life is mostly made up of these 6 elements. Mostly life in our earth is carbon based, and after that you have hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, phosphorus, sulfur. So basically, as we have gone past for the past, I guess, more than half an hour, what I have said till now, we have received an understanding that till now we have much less understanding or about what is life in our own earth. Then how can we find life outside? And that also tells us that it is important to search life elsewhere. Why? It's not a joke, it's not a fancy of scientists. Spending life or spending money to search life outside is not a fancy. It is important because we need to understand what is life, to protect life in our earth, to protect ourselves. Also, we have to understand, is life an accident? Is life a miracle in this universe? Or is life a normal incident? So also how life originated in our earth. We know how life evolved in our earth, but how first life came, origin of life is still now a mystery. So to understand life in our own earth, to understand about our own selves, we have to search life outside. To protect our home, to protect us, we need to know others. We need to search life outside. And that is why we have to go outside our earth. We have to learn astronomy, life outside earth, planets outside earth, and that is why astronomy is important. But my friends, as I have already mentioned, that to find life, first of all, you need a home, that is a planet. So we have actually found many such planets which are outside our solar system, which we call as extrasolar planets or exoplanets. I will not go to the details of how these can be detected, how many planets have been found. Many planets we have found till now, which are known as exoplanets and which are not revolving our sun, but which are revolving their own stars. So these are planets outside our solar system, exoplanets. See, if there are so many planets outside our solar system, till now, I guess this 3,200 has also increased, more than 4,000 or maybe more than 5,000 planets, exoplanet candidates have been found till now with the help of some particular space missions or space telescopes like Kepler, like nowadays work is going on with TESS, Transiting Exoplanet Survey. So we have observed so many stars, more than 2 lakh stars we have observed, which are having planets or maybe planet candidates, which are not confirmed yet. So if so many planets are there in nearby surroundings, then that means, is life a miracle? Not a single planet having life, only we are having life. That is definitely a question. That is a pondering question. And according to our general belief, we cannot think that we are so special that in this huge universe we are the only life. So the search should continue. But the search should now continue. Now the search should focus in a very specific way. The search should be scientific. See, finding planets does not mean that life will be present. You take the sample of our own solar system. This is sun. We have 8 planets. And in these 8 ways, okay, if you also consider Pluto, so we have till Uranus or Pluto, we have planets and planetary objects. But how many planets in our solar system is having life? Only one, Earth. So for searching life, we have also found planetary systems, solar systems outside our own sun, outside our solar system. There are stars having 4 planets, 5 planets, maybe more than that. But shall we go on searching each and every planet? No, we have to be very specific. Our knowledge should be proper. So one way to search a planet, which planet you should search? One way to search is this. We have to search those planets which remain in the habitable zone of that star, of its parent star. What does it mean? That means habitable zone is that particular region surrounding a star where liquid water can exist, where water can exist in liquid form. So if we take our solar system like this, you will see the habitable zone of sun is in this region. And very miraculously, very nicely, very, very coincidentally, our beautiful Earth is situated inside habitable zone. You see Mars, as if something looks like is somebody or someone has just kicked off Mars outside the present habitable zone. You see the twin planet, we call Venus as our twin planet. See Venus is almost the similar size as of our Earth. See Venus is also bit outside our habitable zone in our solar system. And now you go to see, just check what is the condition of Mars. It's a desert. It is such a dry desert. You will not find such a dry desert in any place of our Earth. You go to Venus, it's a hell. So my friends, if any one of you think by reading mythology is wonderful, but if you read mythology, you will see it is believed that Venus is very beautiful. All girls in our Earth originated from Venus because it is very beautiful, and girls are also very beautiful. But actually, reality is not that case. Venus is a hell. Venus is a very, very dangerous place. And our Earth is beautifully placed inside the habitable zone. And that is why liquid water can sustain. Can you ever think of life, or as if the modern life, what we can think of in our Earth, not drinking water, not taking the help of water, it will perish. So that means, accordingly, what we understand about life, we can think like that and we can search like that only. So the focus should be, or the focus of modern day scientists are searching planets in the habitable zone of stars. So as the star size and mass changes, the habitable zone also shifts. The habitable zone of every star is not in the similar place as of suns. So those planets which are situated in habitable zones will be our primary targets. Have we found any such planet which might be situated in the habitable zone of that star? Yes, we have found. We have found some of the planets. I am showing one example. You see, this is a planet which is very similar, almost little bigger than our Earth. The solar system which we have here, our solar system, see, this is Sun, our Earth is placed here. And we have found a solar system of this particular star where we have found five planets. The fifth planet is this one, which is situated in the habitable zone of that particular star. So these are our primary targets. We have to search first these particular stars using particular techniques which are gradually developing. It's very, 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 very difficult to search a planet, to study a planet, because the glare, the brightness of the star actually diminishes the planet. It's very difficult to take the picture of a planet hiding the star. So now let me come to the last portion of this interesting topic. Well, I am talking, okay, we can get some of the places where we can search for life. We might have received some clues, some planets where we can search for life. But the major question which lies in which should come to your mind, any intelligent mind, is, well, if life is so much vast, if life is not a miracle, if the universe is so big and life is a common context in universe, then why we are not finding life? Then there should be life in many places, right? Till now we haven't found life. Well, do not please talk about aliens coming to our Earth, kidnapping somebody and giving some treasures. These are basically novels or stories. It's not proved properly. But what about, are we finding life? We are not finding life anywhere. So Enrico Fermi, one of the greatest physicists of all time, he actually asked this question, which became known as Fermi paradox. Where is life? Where are they? Where is everyone? And he actually, through the help of physics and mathematics, he calculated at least in our observable universe, if life is not a miracle, then at least there should be this many number of planets having life, having intelligent life like us, or maybe more intelligent than us. So many intelligent life in planets are there. If it is there, then why aren't we finding life? The main reason is where we should put our telescopes, which star, which planet you should observe, which way you should point your telescope to look for life. So it's not practical that you go on visiting where life is there. Or it's also not practical that you go on waiting when some alien will come to you and say, okay, I have come from that particular planet. So is there any particular scientific way by which we can search for life? Where will you put your telescope? Towards which direction of the sky you will put your telescope so that you can receive signals from life, that too intelligent life? That is the major question. But as I have said, scientists are very clever, very wise. So we know about a person known as Francis Drake, who can be regarded, Francis Drake, Carl Sagan, these people can be regarded as the father of this searching of life outside space. So this person is a French astronomer. He actually provided one very simple hypothetical, it's not a proper equation, it's a hypothetical calculation, I can say, through which he robustly calculated how many, taking into consideration so many parameters like this, how many particular planets are there in our own galaxy Milky Way, which might have at present intelligent life. And the number came out to be, taking most minimum factors, most minimum possible values for each and every factor, the number came out to be more than 1 lakh. In our own galaxy, there might be 1 lakh planets or more than 1 lakh planets which has intelligent life. How big is our galaxy? Then why aren't we funding it? Then try to understand. We are understanding gradually the reason might be due to the factor of distance. It's a very huge galaxy. Forget about universe. Our own galaxy is such huge. The distance might have been playing a huge factor. It's not that I am going from one locality to another locality by a car. Our universe is very big. Also, we have very less understanding about what life is. If you see this basic equation, I am not going to details. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 factors, 8 parameters. Out of these 8 parameters, we have a proper idea about only the first parameter. That is, how many stars are formed in our galaxy per year. We have a basic understanding about that. Among those stars, how many are having planetary systems? Among those having planetary systems, how many are having something known as eco-shell where life can come? Among those planets having eco-shell, how many a fraction of those planets are actually suitable for life development? Now, all these factors are unknown to us. We only know considerably well how many stars can form in our galaxy every year. All other factors are unknown. So these are the sorts of knowledge. Knowledge is the limitation, distance is the limitation, huge universe itself is the limitation, which hinders us, which restricts us to find life elsewhere. As we have mentioned, we also don't know what is life. We don't know the proper definition of life. And so many unknown factors are playing. So huge is the universe. Still, as I have said, humanity is something great. Humanity has something which is so powerful, that is curiosity. That is their brain, curiosity. So they have never stopped. Attempts have been made to look at those particular stars which might have planets, which might have life. And this first attempt to search for life outside our Earth started in 1960 under the leadership of Francis Drake. Yes, no result was obtained, no positive result was received, but that particular project, which was known as Project OSMA, actually set a boom. So the organization, famous organization, Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence, was set up from that time onwards. And the main impedance of this organization is to go on searching for extraterrestrial life. This has come a long way. During 1999, SETI at Home, this project was launched, where it was a kind of citizen project. Any citizen of the world, without considering age, educational qualification, whatever it is, any citizen having a computer can give some of their computer time and be a part of this project and search for life outside Earth. This has continued for many years. Till now, we have not received life. So this was the telescope which was used, Port Arecibo telescope, radio telescope, for the purpose of this particular project. Now, basically, through this project, one region of our Milky Way, one region of our galaxy was searched for more than 20 years. We didn't receive any signal from intelligent life. Does that mean that we should stop? Does that mean that people have stopped? No. Humanity has also made some very robust, very intelligent, very daredevil attempts to search for life. Well, these are some far-fetched, very interesting results. So basically what happened till now, directly, humanity has made 3 attempts to communicate with extraterrestrial life. And these are interesting. So in 1972-73, 2 spacecrafts, Pioneer 10 and 11, they started their journey. Pioneer 10 and 11 actually went past, it was a flyby mission, both were flyby missions. They went past the outer planets, Jupiter and Saturn. So in this, after this flyby, now they are moving away from our solar system. Gradually, it will cross solar system. It will go to deep space. So it will go on flying and flying and flying. So one of the scientists, one of the most famous and respectable astronomers of all time, Dr. Carl Sagan, he had this brilliant idea, wonderful idea. Okay, this is a wonderful car, a vehicle from our Earth. So can we provide something, some plague or some card or some memento, some bust, some information about life in Earth inside these 2 spacecrafts? And that was done. A gold card was embedded or kept inside this particular, both these spacecrafts. And in these gold cards, you see something is drawn, something is written, not written, something is drawn. This is actually the whole information about life in Earth. So suppose in much in distant future, if some particular alien spacecraft or alien planet can particularly get hold of this spacecraft Pioneer 10 or 11, if they are intelligent, they will be able to decode what is written here. You can also decode. It is written, so much of information has been given. You see, this is a representative schematic diagram of our solar system. This shows from the 3rd planet of our solar system, a spacecraft has started. That means the 3rd planet is the place where we used to stay. Where this solar system lies in the sky, how will you say that it is lying 20 kilometers from north or south of this particular place? Aliens might not understand our language, may not understand any language of what we speak in our Earth. But is there any cosmic language? Is there any language in our whole universe which is eternal, which is solid? Yes, that language is developed by physics. So that language is basically present in astrophysics. There is one language which is an astrophysical language. So if you read about astrophysics, there are certain high mass stars which die in supernova explosion, and the remnants of those stars become something known as neutron stars or pulsars. Now these pulsars, when they revolve, they revolve at a very continuous time period. So these are the best clocks in our universe. Using this time period or pulsation, we have given the direction, the exact location in the universe from where our solar system is located. I am not going to the details. This is the particular place, the particular distance of 14 nearby pulsars of sun. So if you can decode the pulse period, how it has decreased as time progressed, those intelligent aliens can find, that means from where this spacecraft originated. In that particular Earth, what kind of life is there? Intelligent life. You see, this is human beings. What is the height of these human beings? That is given in the form of the telescope through which, or the Pioneer, this is the Pioneer spacecraft. The Pioneer spacecraft's length and the length of a human being is compared with a scale, and it is mentioned in here with a particular binary coding. What will be the unit through which these particular aliens can calculate? Is there a cosmological, is there a universal unit? Is the unit, if you cannot write 1 meter, 1 kilometer, 1 centimeter to an alien might not understand what is 1 kilometer. But there is something which is universal unit, and that is given by hydrogen atom. Not going to the details in case of neutral hydrogen. we have some unit which is very, 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 very unique in the whole universe. So with the help of decoding this particular plague, whatever is written, whatever coding is given, whatever puzzle is given here, by solving this puzzle, if any distant future alien can actually get hold of these spacecrafts, they will understand that life has been present or life was present in some place known as Earth, where that place was, how they were, what this life was made up of, everything, every details. Apart from that, with the help of this Arecibo radio telescope, another attempt was made. So a message like that, similar kind of radio message was sent to a globular cluster, a star cluster 25,000 light years away from us. And this was the message. Again, you see, it's a binary coded form. You cannot write English letter here because aliens will not understand English or Hindi or any language, known language to us. So this message, if you translate it or if you decode it properly, it will give you the whole details of life as it is present in our Earth. Some you can actually understand. You see, this is the schematic under representation of solar system. This is the star. This is just not it's not randomly drawn. Each pixel or each pixel size represent what is the size of the planet. And this is the third planet where life exists. What is the size of the each and every general average life? Everything is written here in coded form. Without going to details, let me come to another interesting attempt, wonderful attempt, which was made in 1970s again by another spacecraft, Voyager. Voyager 1, Voyager 2 spacecrafts, they are also almost flying away from our solar system now. So in these two spacecrafts also, one CD was placed, CD. So this was the CD which it looked like. So many messages, so many pictures, so many information about our Earth, about life were converted into sound and put inside this particular record plaque. That is why it is known as a record. It's a kind of CD record. So if somebody actually, this is the record, which is known as Voyager Record Club. So here you see, if somebody in distant future, some alien spacecraft or some alien civilization can get hold of this record, they will definitely understand how to decode it. And in that case, it's beautiful. Greetings from 55 languages from 55 different countries have been impeded or inserted there. So greetings from 55 languages. These 55 languages consist of even English, Bengali, Hindi, Marathi, Tamil, Urdu. So many languages are there from different countries. Music from different countries, beautiful music from different countries have been put in that CD. 115 images have been sent. Then good wishes. Hello, hi, how are you? Good wishes in different languages have been. These are actually greetings. So in English, the good wish or greetings is like this. This is the message in English which has gone. Hello from the children of planet Earth. And if there is any Bengali, this is the Bengali message which has been sent. I am showing it because I am a Bengali. You can also search what was the Hindi message, what was the Tamil message, what was the Kannada message which was sent, even Gujarati message is there. So in Bengali, hello, let there be peace everywhere. This was the Bengali message which was sent. There was one Indian song which was sent, and in some very wonderful astronomy quizzes, I have seen this question. Which was the only Indian song which is traveling to space with Voyager Record Club? So this was the song, Jaat Kahan Ho. It's a 3-minute 30-second song sung by Surasri Keshari Bai Kelkar. Jaat Kahan Ho is the song from India, which is now inside that CD. If you want to look into some pictures, pictures are not random. It also tells about everything our life in our Earth knows about our Earth. So this is circle. You see, this is again where we are, how our galaxy looks like, the address of our Earth. You see, this tells about atoms. This tells about basic information about hydrogen atom, units, what units they can use, how we use numbers, everything, every information is there. What is the composition of our Earth? How our Earth looks like from outside space. That means those people will understand, or those alien civilization will understand that this civilization, our civilization was intelligent one. So this is the composition of our Earth. This is the DNA structure, how life is made up of in our Earth. And see how life looks like in our Earth. These are some of the 115 pictures which have gone there. We have also seen some beautiful pictures of our Earth. So this is a picture of beautiful Earth, how our Earth looks like. And well, this is the final picture, the 115th picture, which has been sent. Says it tells that we Earth have so many countries, so many divisions, but we are all united. We are all happy together. So these are the attempts which we have made. These are bold attempts, very, very bold attempts. We don't know in distant future whether somebody will catch our signals, catch our CDs and record plays, and will understand that, okay, in distant past, some life was present in Earth or not. We don't know. But after doing such attempts, have we ever received any unusual message from outside space which can hint that that message has not come from any natural astronomical source, but from artificial source? That means that message can have come from aliens. I am not sure. We are also not sure. Scientists are not 100% sure. But one particular such wonderful, mysterious message came in 1977 from a place known as M13, a globular star cluster where the Arecibo message is going, 25,000 light years away from us. In 1977, in America, one engineer working with this big ear radio telescope, he was working as a radio engineer, tracking what signals are coming through the radio telescope. Suddenly, he found one message like this. So message from space doesn't come in language, right? It cannot come, hi, hello, I am a pulsar. It cannot come like that, or I am a star. It will come in coded language, in coded form. So this particular message, when he decoded this message, he immediately understood this message is not coming from any astronomical phenomena or any astronomical source. It is coming most probably from some artificial source. And artificial items can be made only by life, intelligent life. So immediately he wrote, this is the real picture of what he's found and what he wrote. He immediately wrote, wow. He circled it and he was amazed and he wrote, wow. From that time onwards, this signal is known as wow signal. This is only once in our history this signal has come. So naturally people started searching whether this same signal is again coming from the same place. It never came. Only once it came. See, this once coming also gives us a feeling, okay, if it is an astronomical source, then we could have expected that the same signal will again be repeated, but this has never happened. So we don't know, but we are always thrilled. When we read about this wow signal, we are always thrilled to whether at least once in the history of lifetime of humanity, one signal, whether it has come from intelligent life. If it has come, we cannot do anything because this place is 25,000 light years away. And following that, we have sent our message, the Arecibo radio message, we have sent to that same place, but that place is 25,000 light years away. So if it reaches and those intelligent life again sends their signal, it will take 50,000 years to reach us. We cannot do anything. Universe is very, 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 very huge, very, very large. Only thing what we can do is look at the stars, wait, go on acquiring knowledge. It's a vast universe, and go on learning. Try to search for life outside Earth. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everyone, for learning and for being with us. Thank you. Hello.
Thank you, sir. Hello. This is voice of
Mhm.
Is my voice is audible?
Yeah, now it is audible, ma'am. Now it is audible. Yes, yes.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. First of all, a big thank you to you, sir, for giving such a broader perspective of life. And your talk
Thank
is
you.
really a eye opener in certain way because it gives us little broader insight about the topic itself. So even I think we started getting the feedback of the all the participants over there that they really enjoyed the topic, and also for people who are associated with the subject and research have given us a very broader perspective to think beyond what we were thinking earlier. So we could open the session for taking some questions.
Yes,
I
yes,
can see some
definitely.
raising hand. So they
Definitely,
can
definitely.
please, yeah, they can please. Chirag Prajapati, you have raised your hand. You can please open your mic and please go ahead. If anyone would like to ask or would like to add something, feel free to open their mics and camera and they can speak.
Hello, sir. My name is Chirag Prajapati
Hello,
from
hello,
Gujarat.
Chirag.
Sir, my question is astronomical events. Uh, we are know aurora light. Uh, my question is uh, what height or of aurora light and what is temperature of aurora light?
Okay, can you please repeat the question? There is some background noise. I am also muting. Can you please repeat? Or you can type in the chat also. I will give you the answer.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. If now it is audible. Can you repeat the question once?
Sir, my question is
Yes.
what height of aurora light and we, what
What
is
is
temperature of aurora light?
what is auroral light and what is the temperature of auroral lights, right? Yeah, yeah. So yes, though it is not
And
related
sir,
to extraterrestrial life and all these things, but it's a good question. So auroral light, you can see, you know, that during the time of winter, definitely during the time of solar activity cycles, when solar activity rises, we can see during the in northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere near to the poles,